Welcome to the Smarter Science of Slim, the scientifically proven program where you eat more and exercise less to burn fat and boost health.
Eat smarter, exercise smarter, live better. I am so ready for that.
Welcome to Outside the Box with Mitch Hank. To be a part of the program, call 321-1310 or toll free at 877-235-1310 or email Mitch at WIBA.com. Now here's your host, Mitch Hank, on News Talk 1310 WIBA and WIBA.com.
Oh, I'm so excited. The Calorie Myth, the book, in fact, is written by Jonathan Baylor. How to Eat More and Exercise Less with the Smarter Science of Slim. And our guest, Jonathan Baylor, joins us now. Good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning, Mitch. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's great to have you here. It's a subject near and dear to my heart, as I've struggled with this, as others have for a long time. And your basic premise is what?
Hunger isn't healthy.
Hunger is healthy. Well, so how people deal with it is, I'm sure, wide-ranging.
Absolutely. This calorie myth we've been fed about, we just need to manipulate the quantity of calories we're consuming, and the quantity of calories we're burning has been proven in studies to fail for 95.4% of individuals, simply because it makes us hungry, and telling someone you need to be hungry for the rest of your life to be healthy is nonsense.
Okay. So you can eat more of certain things then, right?
More of food, actual food, things you can find in nature rather than packaged and processed edible products.
Well, okay, so if you eat a lot of French fries, you're in trouble. But if you eat a lot of radishes or broccoli, you're probably okay, sounds like.
And there's a lot of good news, too. It doesn't have to be just radishes and broccoli. It can be these delicious, nutrient-dense proteins such as meat and fish and whole food fats. Anything that nature has to offer to us. Like, we've been programmed to fear fat and to fear certain things, which research has simply never shown to be bad for us, and in fact quite healthy for us.
All right, because we have all these diets, and people talk about the Atkins diet, and I've been on no starch, no sugar diets, as I am again. And they've worked for me in the past in terms of losing weight. The weight comes back, Jonathan, when I start eating bread again, when I start having sandwiches again and chocolate bars again. That's when the weight comes back.
And the weight isn't coming back just because you're eating calories, because we need calories to exist. What we've been missing for the past 40 years is the deeper research, which shows that it's not about the calories. That bread isn't making you fat because of the calories in it. It's making you gain weight because of a hormonal and neurological change that it's causing in your body, which makes your body want to weigh more, much like maybe when you were younger, your body would naturally want to seemingly weigh less.
Wow. So I think they called the glycemic index, right? Is that what we see in the commercials?
That is one element of it, but it is absolutely, there's a reason why these Atkins, South Beach, low glycemic index diets work. And it has nothing to do with eating fewer calories. It has to do with changing the way your body metabolizes food.
Okay, so our number to call is 321-1310 outside the Madison area, 877-235-1310. And the book is The Calorie Myth by Jonathan Baylor. So if I have 2,000 calories, Jonathan, but I'm having it in the form of a steak and some salad with tomatoes and onions and cucumbers and balsamic vinegar and maybe some fruit, bananas and apples and so forth, and that comes to 2,000, and I have 2,000 calories another way with a milkshake and a cheeseburger and some chips, I will gain weight the second time and not the first?
Absolutely. And you will also be hungry eating 2,000 calories of that junk food diet, whereas you would be completely satisfied eating 2,000 calories of the former, because we know food and calories satisfy us differently. That's why certain, for example, potato chips tell us once you pop, you can't stop. They're telling us eating this food will make you overeat, whereas eating other foods fill us up quickly and keep us full for a long time.
Right. Who has 5 pork chops?
Exactly.
Nobody has 5 pork, but you do have 5 chips or more than 5 chips or 5 Krispy Kreme donuts.
Exactly.
It's hard to have one of those, by the way.
Exactly, Mitch, and it's really a paradigm shift, right? These calorie myths lead us to believe that food is the enemy and it's something that should be avoided, whereas in reality, the research has shown that the right types of foods are therapeutic. So when you see food as therapy, the idea of eating more of it, but smarter, doesn't seem so crazy.
Wow. So it sounds like in your research here, John, you can pretty much have a big, fat, juicy steak, maybe some mushrooms, some fruit, and you're fine.
The order of foods you want to eat is very simple and specific. You want to go first non-starchy vegetables. So these are vegetables you could eat raw. You don't have to eat them raw, but they're vegetables you could eat raw. And it's fine to enjoy them with natural fats. So
non-starchy, what are you talking about here?
Non-starchy. So, for example, not potatoes or corn. Those actually aren't vegetables in the first place. They're starches, but a lot of people think they are vegetables.
How about carrots? Carrots, I'm told, are bad. I was on a diet once where broccoli was not allowed the first 40 days, Jonathan.
So, first of all, diets don't work, right? Diets most often are overly restrictive and they cause short-term weight loss, but our goal is long-term fat loss and health. So anything we do, we have to be able to keep up.
So when you say non-starchy, okay, we understand about corn and potatoes, but can you have broccoli and carrots?
Absolutely. These deep colored vegetables, if you could eat it raw, so broccoli, asparagus, cucumbers, any leafy green vegetable, tomatoes, peppers, all that delicious stuff that you would get as a wonderful side at a fancy restaurant, eat those in excess.
And you steam them, it's still okay?
Any way that you can prepare those vegetables to get them into your body in mass quantities.
Well, I'm wondering go ahead. I'm wondering how many people, Jonathan, even have a vegetable in the course of a week. Because you're eating.
Yeah, the average American consumes 1 serving of vegetables per day, and it's most often ketchup.
Well, you know what I'm saying. I mean, you have fries and burger, you have a sandwich, and some chips. I mean, the chances of you having Brussels sprouts with your burger are pretty slim.
And for good reason. We've been led to believe that natural fats are bad for us. So many people think the only way they can eat vegetables is raw or steamed, which, to be fair, when compared with a burger is disgusting. But if you're able to prepare them in a delightful way, maybe sautéing them, maybe including them in a nice creamy casserole, then vegetables become a delicious go-to option for your meals.
Yeah, I love vegetables, but you got to take the time to make them. And I think a lot of it is time. We'll come back with Jonathan Baylor, his book, The Calorie Myth, How to Eat More and Exercise Less with the Smarter Science of Slim. And we'll take your calls. It's Outside the Box.
The amount of time people waste on social media every day is staggering, especially when you find yourself looking at pictures of someone's lunch, a long-forgotten classmate's kid, or some girl making a duck face in a bathroom mirror. Don't waste your...
Hey, Jonathan?
Yes.
You're doing great. This is just music to my ears.
Oh, my pleasure.
They told me I could do 1,500 a day if I work out, 1,200 if I don't work out.
Yeah, the key thing to keep in mind, Mitch, is that your body is like, think about it this way. If you have excess fat on your body, the bigger question is, why are you ever hungry? You already have calories sitting on your body. Why is your brain telling you need to eat?
Because of the addiction to sugar and starch, right?
Well, exactly. But therein, it's not that you are weak or lazy or that your body wants to weigh less and you're eating too much. It's that your body doesn't want to weigh less. Otherwise, it would just be burning calories.
I agree with you completely. So what happened last time was once the first 3 or 4 days went by where I had a lot of headaches and I was hungry, everything was fine. I mean, I was weak. I didn't have any calories to have any energy, but I mean, you couldn't do anything physical, but I didn't suffer. After the first 3 or 4 days. But again, that was a radical reduction. You're describing, to me, what you're describing is what, 1,500, 2,000 a day?
Well, what I would describe, no one would have any idea of the calories they're consuming. They would simply eat when they're hungry and stop when they're full, as long as it's
which
from
comes to about who knows what, but the average, I'm guessing you wouldn't go beyond 2,000.
Most people experience what scientists call a spontaneous reduction of caloric intake, aka when they eat these satisfying foods, they naturally drop their caloric intake without hunger by about 400 to 1,000 calories. But that's without hunger, weakness, any side effects.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
accidental.
with you on protein. You're exactly right. Of course, they say don't eat red meat. You don't buy that either, I guess.
The research simply hasn't. The Journal of the American Medical Association looked at over 147 studies and red meat, and there was no correlation with heart disease. So.
Oh, I love it. I'll ask that when I come back. Because the calorie myth, that'd be a big one right there. All right, this is great. All right, I'll stand by.
Visit Clifford and Raihala at myjustice.com. That's myjustice.com.
Hey, it's Guy Fieri, and before the game, it's all eating. Burgers, sausage and peppers, onions, hot wings, you name it. But come game time, if you got yourself a whole bunch of heartburn, roll out the Rolaids.
Don't let heartburn keep you from enjoying the things you love. Rolaids gets you back in the action fast. Its dual-active formula neutralizes more acid than Tums. For indigestion and heartburn, get rapid relief with Rolaids.
R-O-L-A-I-D-S? Now that's how you spell relief.
Use as directed. Acid neutralization may not correlate with symptom relief.
Graphite Apple Specialist now in University Station. Graphite Apple Specialist. We've got your back.
As expected, Wisconsin hunters have killed fewer deer. I'm John Colbert. That story and more at 10:30. News Talk 1310 WIBA.
Lunch at your desk doesn't have to be boring. WIBA.com. Keyword podcast.
The book is The Calorie Myth, How to Eat More and Exercise Less with the Smarter Science of Slim by Jonathan Baylor. A number to call 321-1310 outside the Madison area, 877-235-1310. Jonathan, you said something during the break that I find fascinating, that people that are overweight aren't that way because they are weak or want to be slimmer but can't eat less. Explain why they are the way they are.
Well, and just anecdotally, Mitch, I refuse to believe that 70% of the American population has just spontaneously become stupid and lazy. And anyone who says just eat less and exercise more is saying that, because 70% of our population struggles with this problem. The question to ask is, really what's going on under the surface? For example, if you're carrying excess fat on your body, why are you ever hungry? You have calories. They're sitting there. They're sitting on your hips. Just because they haven't come through your lips, your body could burn them, but it's choosing not to, and it's choosing to make you hungry instead. So it's not that your body wants to weigh less and that you're just over-consuming calories. It's that your brain believes you should weigh more, and it's defending that weight. You need to reprogram your brain through food and exercise quality, not calorie restriction.
So it's quality, not quantity. So it sounds like you're telling people, go out there and have a steak, have as much fish, broiled, or in vegetables and fruit as you want.
That's the key. Food is therapeutic. The only way that we've seen in clinical research to reverse this neurological inflammation, which is really what's taking place here, and to heal your gut bacteria and to re-regulate your hormones, is through the consumption of more of the right, whole, natural, and delicious foods. That's the only way starvation doesn't heal you. More
of the right foods. Exactly. So if you're limiting yourself to some starvation calorie count, it's not going to work. Long term, it won't work. Ron, hi. News Talk 1310 WIBA. Good morning, Ron.
Hi there.
Hi.
I got a question for your personality person,
yeah.
And I have a body style much like Mitch has. I'm on the road driving a lot, day and night. I've tried to get vegetables such as in soups, canned soups. Make it in the morning, put it in a thermos, take it with me, and also oatmeal. Am I doing the right things or not?
Go ahead, Jonathan.
I would encourage you, so if we're looking for vegetable consumption, if it's possible to just get a blender and maybe blend up a green smoothie, so with some delicious fruits and vegetables, that's great for being on the road. Also, instead of maybe oatmeal and so much starch, which translates to sugar in your body, don't be afraid of fat. So think maybe hard-boiled eggs, think maybe macadamia nuts. Try to fuel your body with fat instead of sugar, and then get your nutrients from vegetables. I like to drink mine in the car, so green smoothies are a great option.
Yeah, the oatmeal is starch, Ron. It just turns to sugar in your body. Are you okay with those suggestions?
Yeah, I understand what he's saying.
All right, well, good luck out there, buddy. This is exciting stuff. I'm glad to hear this again. Tom High, News Talk 1310, WIBA. Good morning, Tom.
Yes, this is Tom, and I work out at the gym 3 days a week, every other day, and I lose about 2 to 3 pounds, 4 pounds, something every once a month or every other week. I lose weight, and then I have oatmeal with cranberries in it,
Yeah.
and once a day, and then have fried potatoes once a week, for breakfast with egg on top, and with onions.
So you're eating starch, is your point? You're not.
Yeah, a little starch, that's once a week,
Yeah.
And then I eat meat, and
So your weight is pretty much the same, Tom?
Yeah, well, I lose weight, I was
3 pounds every 2 weeks.
I was at 250. Now I'm down to 236 pounds,
Oh.
And I'm dropping down weight.
Okay, very good, Tom. Jonathan, he's eating some starch, but he's working out.
A little starch.
Yeah, Tom, stop talking if you don't mind. Go ahead, Jonathan.
So it sounds like one thing maybe Tom is experiencing is the same thing we all experienced, was his temporary weight loss, and then it just comes right back. It comes right back. The reason for that is, again, if your body is defending, let's say, a 250-pound weight, you can temporarily lose weight. It's like trying to not sleep. You can temporarily not sleep or temporarily not breathe, but your body will try to re-regulate you back to what it believes you should be doing. By eating starch, you're essentially making your body believe it needs to weigh more. So by shifting to whole food natural fats, vegetables, and nutrient-dense proteins, you will make your body believe you should have less fat on your body. Then instead of fighting to make you regain those 3 pounds every week, it will fight to have you lose them, much like it did when you were a teenager.
This sounds fantastic. So really, the key to this entire interview in your book, and by the way, go Amazon.com.
TheCalorieMythBook.com is going to give folks a lot of free bonuses, so they may want to check that out.
TheCalorieMythBook.com. Okay, and Jonathan Baylor is our guest. A lot of people struggle, as I have, and so many people have, Jonathan, with these yo-yo diets because of what you're describing. But people tell me this, and you hear it too. I love bread. Oh, I love bread. Oh, I love potatoes. Oh, I just love it. Well, yeah, but your body doesn't love them as much as you do, is my point.
Mitch,
what do you think about that?
And you don't have to give them up. You just have to do it smarter. So the feeling of starch, you can have bread just not made with wheat flour. It would be made with coconut flour or almond flour. Instead of rice, you would do things like rice cauliflower. Instead of pasta, you would do a spaghetti squash or a zucchini noodle or a shirataki noodle. It's just do the smarter version of these foods, because deprivation does not work long term. It's about substitution.
So I have spaghetti with what? Zucchini?
Or spaghetti.
Like that.
For actual spaghetti with meat sauce, my preference is spaghetti squash. It's delicious, it's crunchy, and it gives you the exact same texture as an al dente wheat noodle.
Really? Spaghetti squash? You can get that at any grocery store?
Any grocery store. And this is the beautiful thing, Mitch, is once we look beyond packaged and processed starch and sugar, an entirely different and more healthy universe of food is open to us just simply because we haven't looked before.
That's so true, we haven't. I would look for the spaghetti squash, because I got to make it for my son. I can't have it. The smell of it drives me insane. Jonathan, thank you very much for a great, great half hour. The Calorie Myth is the book. TheCalorieMythBook.com.
Absolutely.
We thank you very much, and stay skinny, stay young. But I won't say drink Pepsi. Probably you shouldn't drink soda at all, I would guess, huh?
That is correct.
Because of sugar. Well, it must be so nice to be wise at your age. It's never too late. All right, thank you so much.
Wait, don't stop listening yet.
You can get fabulous free same recipes over at carriebrown.com.
And don't forget your 100% free eating and exercise quick start program, as well as free, fun, daily tips delivered right into your inbox at BaylorGroup.com. That's BAILOR group.com.